Hello, and welcome back to the Dungeon of Bad Decisions. We're starting the new year off, well, not right, I wouldn't say, with another episode of Fatal, because Chumpy paid me $30 for it because he is my very own personal game master's nightmare. Yay! Anyways, I was rewatching the old video, which has 2.3 thousand views, which is, wow, a lot, and I wanted to make some corrections from assumptions I made last time. Specifically, it was written by one guy. His name was Byron Hall, it turns out. No physical copies were ever published, so if I wanted to print it, if I wanted to set fire to the copy physically, I'd have to print it out myself, which I'm not going to do because number 3 was, it doesn't have 400 pages, it has 997. For those of you who made it 20 odd minutes in, I still have the same laptop. Same charger, it still works. I have this same cat, and he's still an asshole. I have developed a small mole on my upper lip right here. If you can't see it, oh well. Which, according to the Fatal book, means that you're supposed to have intestinal problems, but my intestines are fine. Also, it was famously reviewed as a date rape simulator without the dating, but specifically, on RPG.net, an interview was published on October 30th, 2009, in which Darren McClellan said, so basically, Fatal is the date rape RPG, to which Byron Hall, the system's creator, replied, another faulty conclusion by Darren. Where is the dating included? Breaking news, fuckboy tries to burn normal person, burn self. Yeah. So, this time, we're still not making a character. What we are doing is looking at the classes, since we went through the races last time. And, just the basic stuff. Yeah, this guy went for, fucking... Christ. There isn't just a class sheet, is there? Or is it? No. Okay. So we made it to chapter 4, I guess? Page 101. So, Disposition, I guess we're finally going to figure out what he meant by using that medieval humors system of disposition. Metaphysical beliefs of a character. Metaphysical beliefs are concerned with speculation beyond the physical world, such as gods and conceptions of good and evil. Like this book, which is just evil. Ethics and morals. Why are there... Oh no. The ethical system in this chapter consists of material adapted from Democritus of Abdera, Plato, and Aristotle. And the moral system consists of material adapted from Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics. Oh, that does not bode well. Oh, my friends, that does not bode well at all. Okay. So, following example is oversimplified, but this hypothetical situation produces... oh boy. Moral is how you feel about it, regardless of whether or not. So ethics are what it is, according to Mr. Hall, ethics are what is, and morals are what is felt. Wait, hang on. So feeling good about doing an evil act is immoral. Wait, hang on. Regardless of how a character feels about their actions, ethics are concerned with actions. Lawful behavior is ethical. Criminal behavior is unethical. Regardless of a character's actions, morality is concerned with how the character feels about the issue in question or their actions. So feeling good about doing an evil act is immoral, but feeling bad about doing a good act is immoral. But feeling good about doing a good act is moral. So just as long as you feel good about... So if you feel bad about doing bad, it's moral. So morality is just whether or not your emotions line up with the ethics of your actions? That's... okay. Example, assume a married man is walking down the street. An attractive woman stops him, talks for a few minutes, and blatantly asks him to go home with her. Yeah, because that would ever happen. One, if he would admit that he's married, bids her a good day, and is later genuinely pleased that he dismissed her. Actions were ethical, his feelings moral. is disposition to the situation is EM, ethical, moral. So instead of taking, lawful, good, neutral, chaotic, neutral, what? So instead of taking lawful, neutral, chaotic, good, neutral, evil, he went ethical and moral, and that's it. That's the entire goddamn chart. If he would admit that he's married, bids her good day, and is later pained that he did not go home with her, his actions were ethical and his feelings immoral. His disposition for this situation is EI, ethical, immoral. For to go home with her, pretend he is not married, and later wishes he had been faithful to his wife and not gone home with a strange and attractive woman. Then his actions were unethical and his feelings are moral. So his disposition is UM, unethical, moral. Go with her, pretend he is not married, and later he is very pleased about how that he went home with her. His feelings are unethical, immoral. Wait, so feeling good about it. So feeling bad about bad X is moral. All right, so I was right. I hate this. I hate the system already. Obviously, oh good, there's already a chart. Oh no. Oh good, there's at least... What? It's very rare, if not impossible, for anyone's disposition to never stray from their dominant disposition. To a certain extent, disposition is situationally dependent. Nonetheless, every character has a disposition. Piety! Oh, God. Piety points? Devotion of their god, religion, or philosophy. So you can't just avoid the whole complexities of religion by not playing a paladin or a cleric. You gotta have a god. No atheists in Fatal. God knows why. Okay. Priests do need to keep track of their PP more than any other occupation, since previously privileges may appear and disappear as a result of the PP of a priest. Oh no. Can never, before each character, roll 1d to 100. PP can never increase above 100 or fall below 1. Following modifiers. Age? What? Elves? What? 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 Facial charisma? I don't know if it's just the brightness of the lamp I'm using for my lighting, but my eyes are already bleeding. But I'm pretty sure near-death experience with white light. What? Facial charisma and health. Detract from your morality? I don't know what blacking it out means for the culture. Near-death experience occurs when a character reaches 10% of the or less percentages. God, I don't get enough of those at work. Do not see the white light while unconscious. Negative event. Blah, blah, blah. Piety believes that gods do not exist. Change. Player need not exist, but it's good to observe. Whatever. Piety strengthens the realm. Where do you get this shit? You know, he cites, like, all kinds of nonsense, but, like, I don't know. I'm almost certain there's no way he came up with this stuff. Also, if anybody watching this actually, like, knows anything about Latin, please let me know if this guy's actually using Latin correctly. Wait, hang on. I didn't mean to do that! We're back. Disposition must be rolled twice, once for ethicality, once for morality. So it's just rolled. You can't choose your alignment. You just have it. That's annoying. That's so railroady. Alternate method rolling disposition. If a player expresses significant discontent, and should the Odeo agree? And I don't know why he decided to use... What does that even mean, Odeo? Odeo. Either of two, later 4 Roman magistrates, responsible for public buildings, originally also for the public games, from the supply of grain into the city. Alright, I guess somebody took a Latin class in high school. But why not just go with GM like the rest of us? Why do you have to be so goddamn special? Allow them to either re-roll ethical or moral disposition of their character. Each re-roll results in the acquisition of 1 randomly determined allergy. whether the player is satisfied with the result or not. The player may re-roll either one 4 times. As a disposition exists and may be downloaded freely at fatalgames.com. If the ADAL concurs, then the player may use the results of the disposition test for their character. So you could have a random alignment, or it can just be however the Fatal Games creator, however Byron Hall feels that your real life disposition should be, according to some test that this guy concocted, obviously without, being biased at all in any ways. Or not as neutral, which is true neutral in common gamer parlance. Without contest, this is most common disposition, which is the exact opposite of how true neutral usually is. First, some simply have inconsistent ethical behavior, moral feelings, such that sometimes they're one extreme while in the other situations they're opposite. Neutral, well aware, disagree, consciously seek a balance. Finally, some argue that ethics and morality are man-made constructs that neither exist in nature and that we simply use the terms as it's convenient. They lack any logical support. Well, you know how you feel. Moral nihilists. So neutral and moral is just chaotic evil. Because they care little about their actions, want to gratify themselves as please. Pleasure is often okay. Ethical moral is obviously lawful good. It's very difficult to maintain. No, it's just very difficult to roleplay without being a dick. I imagine it's very difficult to maintain in this RPG system, since the creator himself is very clearly neither ethical nor moral by his own logic. Just by writing this bullshit. Ethical neutral is characters concerned with consistency regardless of feeling. Okay. Robots. Ethical immoral. Barristers. Lawyers? Or concerned less with objectivity in the law and more with how the law may be twisted to the advantage or pushed to the breaking point. Cool. Neutral moral are concerned with actions or law but seek feeling pleased about moral issues intended. So they want to feel good about being good. Unethical moral. Dislike ethical and orderly behavior, viewing as largely inhibiting. Frequently at odds with law in most society, but claim that their heart is in the right place. So, like, chaotic good. Perhaps the most unpredictable, unethical neutral. Characters dislike ethical and orderly behavior. Oh, so that's chaotic. It's chaotic neutral. Okay. Unethical immoral is just super evil. What does this mean? What does this mean? What is this? All of this, what is? What is? Why? Choose a specific disposition. Sometimes detail provides a richer role-playing experience. You know what also provides a richer role-playing experience? Choice! More information. Wait, what? EM with EN should be understood as ethical moral with strong tendencies. So, oh, I hate this. I'm not even looking at this. No, absolutely fucking not. What? There are pie charts? What? Oh, no. Oh, I hate this so much. This is just bad system. This is just bad system creation. This is just, good God. I hate all of this. Wait, hang on. Unethical, immoral. Anakim, like a whole third, are neutral moral and neutral immoral, and unethical neutral. What? I hate this. Bugbears are just neutral immoral, and why are black dwarfs and dark elves the same pie chart? Brown dwarves and humans are the same. White dwarves are their own. Light elves, of course. Ogres and trolls are just straight up half and half. Oh, there's a citation. The proportion of dispositions for humans is accurate to an unpublished study, which sample size of 264 participants answered the disposition test. A computer program that may be downloaded from fatalgames.com. 1999 and 2000, prior to the development of Fatal Games. or fatal, this program was placed on numerous websites for role-playing games. Participants were unsolicited and were asked upon running the program to email their responses to Byron Hall, the author of the questionnaire. Moral portion of the questionnaire is an attempt at matching Aristotle's Nicomachean ethics. Was it Aristotle or Plato who thought that women were half-formed men and that sperm carried a whole baby and that the uterus was just an incubation place, not a actual, but not necessary? Ugh, I don't remember. It might have been a different one. Who knows? The ethical portion of the questionnaire is of secondary importance and merely, well, yeah, the ethical portion of the questionnaire is of secondary importance. The ethical portion is of secondary importance, period. Ethics are just secondary to Mr. Hall, period, apparently, judging by what I've seen so far. We are 109 pages into 997, and I hate God. No, I don't hate God. I hate Byron Hall. Merely became a tool for role-playing games, blah, blah, blah. According to this test model of Aristotle's system, few participants scored as moral, some immoral. All right, I need to remember what Nicomachean ethics was. It's been ages. I haven't taken a philosophy course since I was like, 2014? Okay, yeah. The virtues. Shit. This sounds vaguely familiar. Oh, it's virtue versus... I don't know if I'm going to cut this out later, or if we're just going to rant at Aristotle, or if we're going to divert our rant. Shut up. Divert our rant divert the target of our rant to Aristotle. Nicomachus, blah, 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 who may or may not have edited it, but he was a kid, so probably not. Or his father, who was also the same name. Socrates, blah, blah, blah. Eudaimonia, flourishing. What? What do you want? Rational, irrational, virtuous, non-virtuous. Oh, so he just took the virtues of character, ethical and moral virtues. So intellectual virtues and character virtues or moral virtues. So he just took book 2 of the Nicomachean Ethics and just ran with it. All right, cool. Who used the internet? Blah, 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 blah. Don't care. This man has never interacted with an actual human being. Just read a lot of, like, shitty sci-fi. Pulp Fiction. Not the movie. I'm dying. I know he fucking stole and paraphrased. Always be wary of pleasure. Morality does not equal pleasure. All things being equal, and when you are unsure, avoid the greater immorality. You mean go with the lesser evil? Says where you are, let's say I believe I'm closer to absolute fear instead of simply, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, I hate this. Chompy, you fuck. Being afraid is immoral. Who says this anymore? Niggardliness? Who says this? Deficient magnificence? What does that mean? Nobody says that. Nobody said that since the fucking 1800s. Good God. Undue humility is proper pride that is fiduciary. So just low self-esteem. That's a deficiency. Inerascibility is deficient anger or less than a good temper. Who is not angry at the things which they should be angry. You're not angry enough. Is anger in here? Mock modesty, boorishness, quarrelsomeness, shamelessness, spite. Listen, a lot gets done out of spite. Everything is just, good God, I hate, yeah, motherfucker, I hate you too. So I have absolutely no idea where I was because my brother came in to talk to me about something. We've cut all of that out. Anyways, prodigality. Prodigality is excessive liberality. Characters who are incontinent and excessively spend money on their pleasures are I've pronounced this wrong, haven't I? One of the issues with learning all your vocabulary through books is that you don't know how to pronounce any of it. What does GE even mean? Tastelessness. This is tasteless. All of this is tasteless. Buffoonery. You are all of this. All of this. He who says what he wants often hears what he doesn't want. Yeah, like you did when you tried to burn that one. Oh, hang on. Here we are. Here we are with the fucking humors. Here we fucking are. Biles. I'm gonna die. I'm going to absolutely die. Cold, moist, I want to cry. How far are we into this? Like, how long have we been even recording? 26 minutes. We've been 26 minutes through this, and it's just the worst. Roll a D100, so I don't know what this means. What does this have to do? Temperament, extroverts, talkative characters, and optimists. Oh, of course there's a test. A healthy and mentally balanced character has rolls of 50 or 51 in each of the temperaments, but nobody, what? No. Innocent, curious, enthusiastic, expressive, emotional, just like you, like your women. Manic, pixie, dream girls. Choleric, extroverts, doers, and optimists. Introvert, thinker, pessimist for the melancholic. So, according to this, I would be sanguine, melancholic. Mostly Where's the chaos? Disorganized. Yeah, mostly sanguine. I like how sanguine has the shortest list. Appealing personality, talkative, good sense of humor, enthusiastic, cheerful, curious, sincere, turns disaster into humor, volunteers for jobs, creative and colorful, students, blah, 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 loves characters, thrives in confidence. All right. A lot of this is true about me, except for apologizing quickly and volunteering for jobs. And cheerful, unless you add sarcastic to that, cheerfully sarcastic. I guess I have an appealing personality. I don't know. A lot of people will talk to me and then they discover, I don't know, maybe that's just being in college with guys thinking that I'm their manic pixie dream girl. Yes, can I help you? I do like compliments though. Choleric, compulsive, need to change, must correct wrongs, decisive, unemotional, not easily discouraged. Yeah, there's this is just based on the shitty pulp sci-fi stuff. It's yes, this is the old leader. This is the love interest. This is your guy this is your pet wizard. This is the hero. All those stupid fucking exaggerates, elaborates, dwells on trivia, cannot remember names. No, I can remember names, I can't remember faces. Scares others away. Happens sometimes. Egotistical, I have low self-esteem. Loud, yes. Angers easily? Controlled by circumstances? Not really. Phony? I don't know. Do I seem phony to you guys? Never matures? False. I've been mature. I have consciously chosen to change to mature since the age of 16. Hates to be alone. Blah, blah, blah. Looks for credit. I am. Hey. Yes. Cannot say I'm sorry. Maybe right, but unpopular. You. Bored by trivia. Maybe rude. It's me. I don't know why I'm trying to find myself in this. I don't want to be in this. I'm choleric, extrovert, blah, 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 exacting and unemotional. A cheerful, positive extrovert, although sometimes they're exacting, unemotional, driven, intense, manipulative. usually driven by emotion, but completely unemotional. Or are you confusing emotional expression for lack of emotional expression for emotion? Because somebody who does not express emotions doesn't, just because somebody isn't expressing their emotions doesn't mean they aren't having them. This is just as bad as that. Oh no, mental illnesses. Oh no, how many are there? Oh no. Oh no, this is going to be terrible. Mental illnesses are disorder characterized by disturbances of characters, thoughts, emotions, or behavior. Various mental illnesses not only exist, not only do mental illness exist, but people have them. Did you know that? But are widespread. Most are unrecognized in the terminology that follows, and are simply considered madness, result of sorcery, witchcraft, evil spirits, or demons. This isn't RPG. This is just the medieval world is viewed through the Brothers Grimm. Religious inquisition, barbaric treatment, witch hunts. Witch hunts were actually religiously motivated for the large part. Religious and well, at least the Spanish Inquisition was. I don't know. Like, I grew up knowing that the Spanish Inquisition largely targeted Jews and Romani in Queen and Ferdinand and Isabella's campaign for the racial purification of Spain. Not witches. I don't know where that came. Like, I grew up and I got out into like the rest of the world and it was like everybody's like witches and like watched that Monty Python skit and it's like witches? When did that revision come along? I just made the connection. It's because they thought we consorted with demons because we were, also drank the blood of Christian babies because, yeah, I guess that's a thing. Blood isn't even kosher. Some believe that mental illness is just a physical result of imbalances in blood, just like temperament. So just bleed the depressed people. Basiophilia, for a period of 5 + 1 to 100 months. Their experiences recurrent and intense sexually arousing fantasies, sexual urges or behaviors involving sexual attraction to lame or crippled partners. I was about to say, so just puberty, and then I found this part. This causes distress or impairment, social, occupational, or other abortions. I don't know. A lot of people with like a weird, what is it, amputation fetish, seem to function just fine. Acrotomophilia. So that's amputation fetishes. Anorexia. 1% of young women. Nearly 1 in 5 die of starvation. I think it affects a lot more people than that. Antisocial personality disorder. I don't know when that was taken out of the DSM, but I feel like all right, fine, I'll let you out. They're just antisocial personality disorder, often known as just people who lack empathy. So sociopaths. And it's like, okay. Autoabasiophilia, involving Gruyak ogres of a higher frequency of this. To oneself being lame. Avoidant personality disorder. So being an introvert or social anxiety. With the characters, the 2D 20 points in the sanguine. Bipolar disorder. There's 2 of those. 1% of the population. Depression or mania with a dominant mood for the day. During stressful circumstances, this will be determined hourly. So it's I can't remember which one it is. Bipolar 1 or 2 is the one that's the rapid cycling. Borderline personality disorder, intense emotional instability, avoid real or imagined abandonment, minor problems such as major crises, unstable self-image or sense of emotionally unstable, impulsive, bitter and angry, chaotic. Right. Calomania, regarding the subability of bodily attractiveness and rationally inflated self-impression regarding the subability of bodily attractiveness and the ability of charisma. It's different from narcissism because a calomaniac does not suffer from a delusion of self-importance but surpassing beauty. Is that even a real thing? Is this real? Is this real? Medical dictionary. I'm not seeing anything that seems legit. Cool. Choreomania. Obsession with dancing. Coprophilia. Involving... Oh, so... scat fetishes. Dementia. That's depressing. Dependent personality disorder. Almost certain that's not real. Depersonalization. So, just dysphoria. Oh, no. Dissociating. No, that's just a symptom. That's not... Thought to result from severe stress. Okay, I don't know how old this book is, but I'm guessing like sometime in like the early 2000s. So like 20 years old, maybe. And I don't know how much when the DSM-5 was published, I don't know any of this, but I can tell you with absolute confidence that that's not a disorder. That's called dissociation. It's a symptom of PTSD. It's how the mind separates itself from traumatic circumstances, and frequently being in similar circumstances to circumstances that remind you of the original trauma will cause it. What? That's not how dissociation works. Like when it's really, if you're just, depersonalization disorder just means that you're currently being traumatized. Well, it's not a symptom of PTSD, but of just being in the middle of a traumatic circumstance. So if it's happening this much, if it's happening every single goddamn day, get out. Whatever is happening whatever is happening in your life that is so bad that you're just constantly outside your own body rather than experience what is happening, that is a bad life. That is a very bad life, and it's going to end badly and briefly and painfully. Don't be there. Depression! Feelings of sadness, lonely, and deep, unshakable sadness and disinterest in nearly all activities. Despair, helplessness, worthlessness, thoughts of committing suicide. Not all people with depression are suicidal. Common, 10%. Though females are between 2 and 3 times as susceptible. Nor helps during their years. May suddenly, nervous breakdowns, blah, blah, blah. This is actually accurate. Dissociative fugue. Oh, okay. That's not really a real thing. DID, well, at least he's got the real name for it. Distinct identities, the alternates have their own names. Some degree of amnesia. This is not based in actual research, but that's... Most of the time, the identities are not that distinct. They're distinct enough that they are different identities, but they don't always have names. And usually one is angry. Most of the people I've known with D&D were abused as children. That's how they developed it. So, one was angry and one was basically their inner child. The child that never got to be. And they don't remember the child, interestingly, whenever that happens. But whenever they had the angry one, they dissociated instead of going totally amnesiac and basically just watched their angry self. Their angry aspect, I guess. Destroying everything socially. Egomania. Over a period of 5 + 1 × 100 months, they believe that they're higher than what they are. It's different from narcissism. They have extreme self-interest, whereas a narcissistic character suffers from extreme self-importance. What is the difference? Why am I going through this? Intense impulses to seek freedom. Why do you always say this causes significant distress or impairment in social, occupational, and other important areas of functioning? We get it. You think that these are all terrible. Erotomania. Exaggerated lies about sexual behavior. Erotophobia. Sex murder. Cool. Snuff films. Esthesiomania. Recurrent and intense sensory hallucinations of perceived moral superiority. What? Exhibitionism. Pharmacophilia. When smaller animals or insects crawl upon parts of the body. What? Frauderism. Intense sexually arousing behaviors involving touching and rubbing against a non-consenting character. Wow. I wonder how he defines non-consent, because I don't think he knows what it is. Generalized anxiety disorder. Histrionic personality. I'm almost positive that's not real. Or it hasn't been real for a while. Hypersomnia. Hypoxophilia. So just enjoying a little sexy choking. Intermittent explosive disorder. Resist aggressive impulses. Kleptomania. Mania. Megalomania. Narcissism. Neurophilia. Involving, so you just really like dirty talk? Necrophilia. We all know what that is, because that's possibly, I don't know about you guys, but that comes up a lot in my D&D campaigns. Necrophilia. Even when we have no necromancers. Noctomania. Avoid the day and experience the night. So just being an obsessive night owl. Oh, I thought we were over. Nymphomania, OCD, more OCD, oniomania. So compulsive shopping behavior. Onomatopoeia. So just really like repeating wordless sounds. Panic disorder. Paranoia, paranoid personality disorder. Pathological gambling. Pedophilia. Phobia. Just any phobia. PTSD. Physical or sexual assaults, rape, torture, natural disasters, accidents, and wars. You live the traumatic through recurrent dreams or intrusive memories called flashbacks. It's not, flashbacks aren't, okay, so a lot of people think flashbacks are like what they are in, TV shows where you just relive the exact memory every time. It's not really it. A lot of time flashbacks are just overwhelming panic attacks. It's just basically it's sort of an emotional flashback. It's not, you don't relive, it's in a full surround sound hallucination. You relive the emotions attached to the original event. Like, I can't, sit in a crowd. Like, I can never attend like a concert or a baseball game, or even when I was in college, I had to sit on one of the edge seats. Like, if I'm in the movie theater, I have to sit in one of the edge seats or on the end of an aisle. I have to be near an aisle. I cannot have people I have to be on either side of me or people I know, or otherwise I'll have a panic attack, because I have a lot of negative emotions and negative memories associated with being in a seating area, being seated in the center of a crowd. It sucks. But it's relatively easily avoided. Physical or sexual assaults, rape, torture, yeah, okay. Psychosis, Mania, Raptophilia. Is that what it's called? Getting aroused by rape. Saturomania. For sex, just sex. Wait, how is that different from nymphomania? For sexual, the female. So nymphomania is female. Satyromania is for men. Why? That's the only sexual, that's the only disorder, apparently, that has different names for whether men or women experience it. Weird. Schizoid personality disorder. Socialization, isolation, lack of desire for close personal relationships. Schizophrenia. Bizarre behavior, disorganized. Yeah, okay. Scoptophilia. That sounds familiar. Oh. Voyeurism. Sexual masochism, sexual sadism, sleepwalking, somnophilia, trichotillomania. It is sometimes pleasant even to act like a madman. Urophilia. What? Vagin. A record of persistent involuntary spasm of the musculature of the outer third of the vagina interferes with. Wait, how is this a mental illness? This has nothing to do with the mind. It's just your muscles just fucking doing what they want. Wait, how is voyeurism different from what was it? Scoptophilia? Voyeurism is different from what was it? Involving fantasies. It doesn't say. Dark elves are more into that. Fantasies, sexual urges involving sexual pleasure from watching others have sex. Whereas voyeurism, behaviors involving the act of observing someone who doesn't know you're there. Okay. Random mental illness. Chapter 6. Where you have to roll for their fucking birthday? There's a formula? Can I stop now? Can I go home? Fucking what? Can I just not? This is social class? When do we... Faithful to the gap. Buggeric. Bulgaric. Tongue is not a distinct language. Wait, oh, so these are languages. Cool. I don't... Different. Bugbears truly consider a wife to be the property of the husband. How is that different? Oh, is not allowed to leave the house and has no legal rights. Just given no other bugbears ever addressed by white by her name, said others refer to his property. Ugh. So white dwarves and light elves, common corporate is the norm. Wives do not necessarily get the words, but husbands rarely have mastery of their wives. Nearly every wives dominate their husbands. Yeah. I'm not even getting into that. No, that's just rarely get divorced. Bugbears keep their wives for sex and to make children. It's derived from raiding human communities, raping human women. Divorce is in adultery is a crime against marriage. Is defined and detailed under justice. Husband, the widow inherits 1/3 of the mandate. Goes to the Wait, so the Bulgaric, the language of bugbears, is actually just a kobold dialect, even though bugbears and kobolds are wildly different in appearance and natural habitat. I hate this so much. Of ceremonial magic. Sexuality. The preference for a type of are the social norm. Bisexuals. Oh, hey! Well, at least he acknowledges that asexuals are a thing. Cup size modifier. Why does a woman's cup size modify their sexuality? Roll a D100. For your sexuality. Bust size doesn't have an impact on your sexual orientation. Nothing about your physical being does. I'm asexual. $1D 10 million die. Why does it need to be a 1D 10 million? I don't know if it's the brightness or what. I hate this. I hate all of this. I hate courtly love. It was a French thing for a while. Occupations. So there's no class system. There's just more complexities. Fatal attempts to isolate Europe from outside influence involving can you see the fucking will to live draining from my eyes? Wait, okay, hang on. Dwarves is small, few exist, no smaller than cities, striculated, regulated. Okay, elves, freedom, wisdom, tricks. Why is wisdom capitalized? Each family of dark elves selects a tree and burrows underneath the root system. Their homes rarely flood because the roots absorb most water. Entrance to such a home is somehow hidden. Rarely know. Nightly orgy. This is not procreation but celebration. Every night, vaginal intercourse is forbidden and mutual masturbation is encouraged. All dark elves. Community orgy. Dark elven style. Sexual position in the ceremony. The dark elven style consists of the male on our knees, the vagina exposed and head on the ground. So light elves are supposed to be great and all, but they make fun of dark elves, saying that because they live underground, they're lower than light elves and their skin is darker because they are dirty. I hate roads. From the bass to hear a round of applause and earns great for the cause. Is that graffiti they found on the walls in Pompeii? The bass, because of forest mail around town, religious schools. I hate. Oh, justice. Our subject bugbear laws were concerned with the wealth of the criminal and crime committed. Locked dwarves. Major and minor crimes, 1 to 5, 6 to 10. Magic is forbidden in court. Are more age of the criminal than the crime committed. Crime committed by character young by severity. 6 to 10 is if you're middle age or older. Character is severe punishment. Yeah, okay. 13 elves, just one knows. Punishment is prohibition against sex for most minor crimes, being beaten to death with sticks by their immediate family for most major crimes. Imprisonment is rare, usually confined to a yew tree to await reactions. For sentencing, once convicted, a character is never pardoned. Any character who is not dark elf and is deemed subject to their law is sentenced to death if found guilty of a crime. Criminals not punished for crimes committed outside dark elven community or forest. Elves do not consider themselves subject to laws of other races, including white elves. I am more concerned with the age of a criminal. Character. 7 elves. Sworn on oath. There's prohibition against playing pranks, making music for minor crimes, and being starved to death for most major crimes. Imprisonment is rare. Utri. So you just... Criminals punished for crimes committed outside the light. Criminals considered subject to light elf law. Light elves will go to great expense to find a criminal and bring them to justice. So light elves are a lot more concerned. Any character who is not a light elf and who is deemed subject to the law is banished if found guilty of a crime. So light elves are a lot more concerned and interfering with other people's shit. Humans, major minor crimes, kobolds are considered a social class. Subterranean trolls don't give a shit. Usually, punishments are usually mutilation or death. Crime severity. Lycanthropy's a crime? Why? Rape is a crime. Whoring and witchcraft. Whoring is only a crime under White Dwarf and Light Elf law. But sodomy, so the two races, held up, the two species held up as, the big deal, big fucking good guys. It's the only race that are also the only races with a severity rating at all who've criminalized at all gay sex, prostitution, and have the highest ratings for witchcraft. And hang on. They do have the highest ratings for rape, but, whatever. At least he knows that that's wrong. Covetous eyes? That hasn't been a crime since biblical times. Jesus Christ. I gotta stop doing that. Adulterers are... Wait, hang on. So with bugbears, consider women not to be people, are property. So why does it matter if a husband have to... This is wildly different. Adulteresses. Okay, so if a male bugbear commits adultery, the wife can get divorce. If a husband commits adultery, she gets divorced. She can get a divorce. If the woman does it, she can get beaten to death or just have her vagina sealed up. I'm not even. When a character desires to have the property of another, usually a wife, looks at the object of desire, and the look is noticed by the owner of the property. The character has covetous eyes. The looks must be longer duration than appropriate normal object. The gaze must be suggestive of desire, such as breasts or buttocks. Wanting is a crime? If you don't actually do anything about it, what's wrong with that? That's just straight up thought. That's just straight up now you're just going into thought crimes. What the fuck? Debt is a crime. Being unable to pay it, specifically. Drawing blood, extortion, failure to pay rent is a special form of debt. False weights and measures, gambling, heresy, ignoring a crime, Incest. Bugbears. Threats. Kidnapping. Libel. Lycanthropy. Right. Hang on. Who considers that a crime? Bugbears. Two kinds of dwarf. Both elves, humans, kobolds, and ground trolls. Why? Pimping. Poaching. Rape. This is just fucking BDSM fantasy literati. I don't even know. In an average community, an average of 20 rapes occur annually, and 80% of Cape. Between 2 to 15 characters. Of course, the females do at night do not disguise themselves and either rape the victim. Mention on medieval rape was referenced from medieval prostitution. Right, okay, because back then they they completely ignored, you know, marital rape or rape by anybody you knew. Although almost all rapes involve extreme brutality, false. You never attempt to wound or kill her. Human rapists are between 18 less than occur by rough reasons. Rapists from the majority are artisans and laborers. Really, group is composed on average of 6 characters. As the male use at least one gang rape. None of this is true. Child rape is rare. Some force is permissible. Women are often pleased by force and like what they're giving to be seized. No. No. Absolutely not. Just false. Recipes? Kill me. This is just occupation. Apprenticeship. Yeah, okay, cool. Oh, God, how long have we been going? It's been an entire goddamn hour, and while this isn't quite as outrage-inducing as fucking... I hate everything. I hate you, Chompy, especially. Thanks for watching. If you want more content and more of me and my D&D bullshit, check out the links below. Special thanks to my Patreon patrons. Tier 1s being Polyjon and Ken, and Tier 5 being Chompy and Tark. Happy New Year's. Roll 20s, y'all.